Welcome to yet another episode of Vijnanavedi presented by Goodness TV. And in your previous classes, what were you learning? You just studied the grammatical structures of your first unit, isn't it? Yes. And today we are going to learn the grammatical structures of your second unit. So, are you ready to make a glance? Yes. And today we are going to learn about very familiar topic for you, that is verbs. I know it will be very thorough for you because you have been learning about verbs from your very lower classes onwards. But a revision is necessary. So, let us quickly rewind what we have learned. Okay, now tell me, what are verbs or what do you know about verbs? Yes, of course, verbs are words used to describe an action or a state. Or what is a verb? Verbs usually denotes action or state of a subject. Now, let us see in detail. See, we have already discussed about verbs. What are they? They are either an action or the state or situation performed by the subject, isn't it? Yes. So, you can see 4 images over there, isn't it? And just see the first image. What is a boy doing there? Yes, of course, the boy is running, isn't it? Yes. So, tell me, what is the action performed by the boy over there? Yes, he is running or run. Run is the action. So, the verb there is run. Is it clear for you? Yes. So, moving to the next picture, what is happening there? A boy is playing, isn't it? Yes. So, what is the action performed by the boy over there? Of course, play or playing. He is playing. So, what is the action? Yes, it's a play and play is the action verb over there. Now, you could see a third image. See, who is that? Who can you see in the picture? Yes, that is a boy. And here is the verb. Why? Because I am just asking you, who is that? You would be replying me as if it is a boy, isn't it? So, he is a boy is a statement. So, is the verb. Is just focuses or give emphasis to that statement. Thus, is the verb over there. And this is the state verb. It is not an action verb. It is a state verb. Moving to the last picture, see, you can see somebody over there, isn't it? Who is that? Of course, it is a boy. You can see a tired boy over there and he feels tired. So, which is the verb over there? Of course, it is feels. Why? Because he feels tired. It's the statement. And this feels is something which gives focus or what to say this emphasis to this statement. Hence, this feels is the verb over there. And it comes under which verb? Yes, it's a state verb. So, here run and play are the examples of yes, action verb, and is and feels are the examples of yes, state verb. And I think it's clear for you, isn't it? Now, let's see some of the examples of both the verbs. Now, just see the examples of action verb. Children read books regularly. What is the children doing? Yes, they are reading books. So, what is the action performed by the children? Reading or read. So, here the verb is read and it comes under action verb. Is it clear for you? Yes. Now, moving, a bird is flying in the sky. What is a bird doing? Yes, the bird is flying in the sky. So, what is the action performed by the bird? Yes, it's of course fly. Now, moving to the third example. I ride bicycle regularly. What am I doing? Just riding the bicycle. So, what is the action performed? Yes, of course, it is ride. So, all these are the examples of action verbs. Is it clear for you? Isn't it? Now, let's see some of the examples of state verb. The very first example, she feels happy today. She feels happy. See, the feels is something which give an emphasis or focus to the statement she feels happy. So, which is the verb? State verb. Feels is the verb. Second example, I am a girl. See, I am a girl. Which is the verb over there? Am. Why? Because this am just focuses on that particular statement, whether it's a boy or a girl. So, am is the verb. And the last one, he is a police officer. What is that? He is a police officer. And which is the verb over here? Yes, it is. And just think, this is a simple, minute solo word, isn't it? So, let me skip it off and let me tell he a police officer. Is there any change in the sentence? Yes, the sentence completely became meaningless. There is no specific meaning to the sentence when we took off this is from the sentence. So, this is something which gives focus or statement or stress to the sentence. So, here is the example of a state verb. Hope it's clear for you. Yes, we were just discussing about verbs, isn't it? Now, the verbs are divided into two. How many? Two. Which are they? They are main verb and auxiliary verb. Which are they? Main verb and auxiliary verb. So, now let's see which are they or what are they. Now, let's discuss something about main verb. What do you know about main verb? See, they are words that shows the action or activity of subject. So, what is a main verb? It just shows the activity or the action performed by a subject. For example, read, sleep, eat, run. They are all the examples of the main verb. See, one of the peculiarity of these verbs are they can stand alone. Why? Because all these verbs such as read, sleep, eat, run, all of them has a particular meaning. If we are just taking them alone also, they do have a particular meaning. So that they can stand alone. Now, let us see some of the examples. Sun shines, bus stops, car runs. Now, tell me, what is the action performed by the sun? Yes, shines. What about the bus? Bus stops. Then what about the car? Car runs. So, is it clear for you? Yes. Now, that's all about main verb. We have already discussed about the main verb, isn't it? Yes. Now, which is the other verb? It is the auxiliary verb. It is also known as helping verbs. Let us see what are auxiliary verbs. What are they? They gives more meaning to the main verb. Auxiliary verbs are something which gives more meaning to the main verb. Let us see some examples. Is, has, do, did, will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. All these are the examples of auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. And one of the speciality regarding these verbs are they cannot stand alone. They always depend the main verb for what? In order to give a meaning to the main verb. And see here, is, has, do, did. All of them are main helping verb and will, shall, may, can, could, might, must. All of them are modal auxiliary verbs. Is it clear for you? Yes. Now, let us see in detail what are modal auxiliary verbs. Are you ready? Yes. Then come along with me. Let us see the very first modal auxiliary verb. It is will. What is the function of this modal auxiliary will? See, they are helpful in making predictions. They'll just speak about the future. For example, it will rain in the evening. I will go there tomorrow. He will come with me. All these are the examples of making predictions about the future. The second usage is offering to do something. See, have you ever made offerings to someone? Have anyone gave you some offerings? For example, I will help you complete the task. What is that? I will help you complete the task. Or I'll give you my pen. All these are the examples of giving offerings. And the third use is expressing determination. For example, I'll speak to him tomorrow. This is an example. Then fourth usage is making a formal request. All of us used to make formal request, isn't it? For example, will you open the window please? Will you help me to go there? Will you please give me your pen? All these are the examples of giving formal request. And the last usage is something which denotes future. We have seen that earlier as if the train will leave at 4 o'clock. Is it clear for you? Yes. So that is all about the modal auxiliary will. Now let's see the next one. Now we are moving to the modal auxiliary would. Can you just guess the usages of this auxiliary would? Let us see. The first usage is to express desires or our wishes. For example, I would like to become a doctor. I would like to have a cup of tea. All these are the examples of the modal auxiliary would. Now let us see the next usage, which is that express intention. It is used to express some sort of intentions. For example, they told they would reach here this afternoon. This is a particular intention. Third one is to make a wish. See, we all have some sort of wishes or desires, isn't it? Yes, and this would can be used to express some wishes. For example, I wish I would win. I wish I would go there. All these are the examples of modal auxiliary would. Then the next use of would is to make a polite request. We have seen that earlier. We used to make requests to others, isn't it? In order to make this request very polite, as example, would you do me a favor? Would you help me going there? For all these, we can use this auxiliary would. And the very last usage of would is they are habitual actions in the past, or they denotes some habitual actions in the past. What is that? See, these habitual actions in the past means something that happened in the past, happening even now and will happen tomorrow. These are known as habitual actions in the past. For example, every morning they would go for a walk. Happened in the past, happened now and will happen tomorrow. This is an example for the modal auxiliary would. It's clear for you, isn't it? Now let us see another modal auxiliary, which is that shall. Let's see the usages of the auxiliary shall. They are used to indicate a future, something happening in the future. For example, I shall meet him tomorrow. I shall go there tomorrow. I shall give you my pen tomorrow. All these are the examples of indicating future. Now, another use, it is used to give suggestions. For example, shall I come with you? Shall I give you a cup of tea? All these are the examples of the auxiliary shall. The third and the last usage of shall is to give promises or voluntary actions. We used to give others promises, isn't it? Yes. For example, I shall never forget my duties. Or you used to give promises, isn't it? As such, I shall study well in the exams, or I shall pass in the exams. All these are the promises which you used to give to your teachers and parents, isn't it? Yes, so that's all about shall. Now let's see the next auxiliary, which is that it is should. So what are the uses of should? Let's analyze. The first usage of should is to give advice, to give some sort of advices. For example, you should study the lessons well. Have you ever got any advices? Yes, you used to get, isn't it? Do you love receiving advices? No, we doesn't, right? And to give advices, we can often use this should. Then it denotes a hypothetical situation. For example, should you need any help, just call me. This is an example of hypothetical situation where we use should. So I believe it's clear for you. Moving ahead, now let's see the modal auxiliary can. See, can just denotes ability or talent. For example, I can swim, I can dance, I can read. All these are the abilities or talents. So normally we use can to denote some sort of talents or abilities. We have already seen about the usage of can, isn't it? Now let us see the second usage, which is that it is used to ask permissions. For example, can I use your pen please? In order to ask a sort of permission. Can I go there? Can I have a cup of coffee? All these are the examples of the usage can. Now moving to the next usage, possibility. It just speaks of some sort of possibilities. For example, smoking can cause cancer. It can rain. All these are the examples of some sort of possibilities. Is it clear for you? Yes. Now let's see another modal auxiliary, which is that could. And let's see what are the usages of this auxiliary could. And the very first usage is to express an ability or to express a talent. For example, she could walk when she was 9 months old. She could sing when she was 4 years old. So we can use this could in order to denote a type of ability or talent. Now let's see the second usage, which is that permission, in order to seek a permission from others. For example, could I borrow your bicycle? Could I go there? Could I have your pen please? All these are the examples of permissions where we could use the modal auxiliary could. And the last usage is to speak something about the possibility. For example, you could be right, I suppose. It could rain, I suppose. All these are the examples of the modal auxiliary could. That is all about the auxiliary could. Now let's see the next one, which is that, yes, of course, they are may. And let's see which all instance we use this may. Yes, may is used to ask or seek a sort of permission. For example, may I come in? Then another use of may is just to speak about a possibility or probability. Example, that may or may not be true. This is a sort of possibility. Now moving to the next modal auxiliary, might. So what is the usage of this might? Let us see. Might is used to denote a possibility or probability. Examples, he might get here in time, but I can't be sure. And this is an example of possibility. And the next modal auxiliary is must. Must is used to denote a strong obligation or a strong decision. For example, you must come to my office. This is an example of strong obligation. Moving ahead, the next modal auxiliary is need. What is that? Need. And what is the use of this need? It is used to express a necessity or an obligation. What is that? Necessary or an obligation. For example, need a new coat. I need a new car. Or all these are the examples. Now, moving ahead, dare. Dare is a modal auxiliary and it is used to make a challenge. For example, dare he do it. Dare come with me. All these are used to express a sort of challenge. Moving to a new modal auxiliary, ought to. For what we use this ought to? It is used to give an obligation. For example, I ought to see him today. Another usage is to give some sort of advices. See, for example, you ought to study your lessons. This is an example of giving advice. And the last usage is to give some logical conclusions. For example, he ought to come here. All these are the examples of the modal auxiliary ought to. And the very last modal auxiliary is used to. What is that? Used to. And it is used as a habitual action taking place in the past but not continuing in the present. Something happened in the past but not continuing right now. For example, I used to climb trees in my childhood. So, this is all about modal auxiliary. Hope it's clear for you. Now, it's the time for the activity. Take your notebooks and write down the activity. And the activity for you today is fill in the blanks with suitable verbs. First sentence is they dash planning something different. Second one, he dash reading a book when I visited him. Third one, a tiger dash be impossible to handle. And the last one is the shooting dash need 2 more days time. So, do one thing, just complete these blanks with the proper verb. So, that's all about today's class. Hope it's clear for you. We have learned about verbs, we have seen about different kinds of verbs and also we have seen about different modal auxiliaries, isn't it? So, just perform the activity correctly and send it to your English teacher. Please do your revisions and clarifications correctly. And you can see this class in Goodness TV's YouTube channel. Please mention your doubts in the comment box below.